All right, I think I'm good. All right, peace, y'all. Wanted to bring up this whole movie thing one more time just because, just there's a lot of things going on with this movie and everybody talking about it. I just seen a post that kind of inspired me. Saying basically, I guess the actor got online and or I guess in the Breakfast Club interview and saying like, "Hey, it's people behind the scenes are running Marvel." Listen, man. Okay, I went to the IMDb page. Hold on one second, my bad, y'all. I went to the IMDb page or DB page, and when you look on there, there's about 8 producers, and one of them is black, the Lewis guy. Out of 8 producers, only one of them is black. Now, I understand the director. I understand the writers, and pretty much a majority of the cast is black. I get that, but we can't. There's no way around the fact that it is a white movie. And I get that everybody wants to get all their pride. Like I see a bunch of people saying, "Oh, well, there's a bunch of black people in it, and all of these people, they like I seen somebody say like, oh, well, you're using all these other Facebook apps and these different things, and you don't say anything about that." It's like, listen, they're putting a black cast and they have black in the name. So it's not like, if this was called the Black Book, then I could see what you're saying. And if we had people taking so much pride in this, and I have no problem with you taking pride in it. Because first of all, I'm going to see the movie. You know what I mean? I'm not going to act like I'm not going to see the movie. Hold on, let me check this out so I can see y'all's comments. And I don't even know if anybody can even hear me. Let me check this out. Because, yeah, I'm going to see the movie because people talking about, somebody asked me why don't I boycott the movie. I'm not about to boycott the movie, especially when I'm watching white movies all the time. Pretty much. Let me turn this down. Yeah. He said you got to get your outfit for the resolution. Yeah, bro. I mean, come on, man. We already had that. You buying Africans clothing just to wear for the thing. You know what I mean? That's cool. I just hope you pull it out after the fact. And then when you buy your African gear for the movie, at least buy it from a black person. And then that's all good in the game with me. But back to what I was saying. The thing is this. The movie it's okay to watch the movie. I'm going to watch the movie. I watch white movies all the time, but it is indeed a white movie. And just because it says the Black Panther doesn't mean it's not a white movie. And then people are like, oh, what you got to point this out for? What's the issue? What's the problem? My problem is this. Because, see, you don't understand. First of all, you're dealing with Marvel. You're dealing with Disney. You're dealing with these people. These are institutions that have been built up for decades and decades and decades to get to this point. Okay, it takes millions of dollars of advertising to get you excited like this, to study, to find the right people. So this is something that has been built up over time. You know what I mean? Stan Lee's been doing the comic books, all this stuff. This has been going on since like the 60s. You know what I mean? He said, just let them know Minuhati has African clothing. Oh yeah, plug your clothing, man. Yeah, get with Minuhati. You know what I mean? But yeah, so they've been building this up since he's been doing the comics since like the 60s, 50s, and they've been doing the same thing with these movies for so long. The point is, these white folks, these white institutions that I'm bringing up, you think it's for nothing. They have been building. Okay, there's a reason that they have this thing so set up to where you hear that Marvel did something and you get so happy. They've been building this over time. And my thing is, the first time, it's like, I've never seen black people so united on something. You know what I mean? It's like everyone's on the same page, and that's fine. But we should have this same type of energy for something that we want to do on our own. Now, a lot of people say, hey, well, if there's something on our own, we don't hear about it. If there's something on our own, it's not this big. There's something on our own. Someone had brought up, it's an action movie. We don't usually have action movies. But I think instead of just giving in and saying, okay, well, we can't do something on our own and have it be that good. Instead of giving into that, how about taking a seat and a step back and realizing, damn, bro, we're living in America. We've been here this long, and we don't even have anything that can scratch the surface of the people that we've been sitting right here next to. And I'm not saying that we can't do movies. People are doing movies. I see a lot of people doing, like, as far as just independent, I see like documentaries and things, but I'm talking about movies. Because people have been bringing up, rightfully so, that seeing black images, especially as a kid, and seeing black folks in a movie is very important, and I never will dispute that, because it is. You know, it is very important. Like, if there was no Black Power Ranger, that does something to your psyche when you don't have a Black Power Ranger to identify with. You don't have a dark-skinned women don't have anyone on screen to identify with. I'm not disputing that. But what I'm saying is, if they are the only people who can give you that because you feel like you can't make your own movies, or you feel like if you make your own movies, because they've been at this since the 50s, or even further before, and using capital that's coming from hundreds of years ago and the legacy of things they've been doing for hundreds of years, you feel like you have to compete with that, and your movie is not that good unless you have hundreds of millions of dollars worth of budget. Okay? So I'm saying, instead of saying, listen, because we don't have that, let's give in to this. How about you look at it and you say, look, we need to be building to where we can get to the same point. Okay? And there's one major thing you got to do. You got to manage your expectations. All right? Manage your expectations. Don't think like, look, yeah, maybe we won't be Marvel tomorrow. Maybe we won't be Marvel in 20 years. But the goal in your head has to be to build your own thing that's similar, if that's what your people want. The goal in your mind has to be that. And if we start doing it today, we can't expect the same results, you know? But I feel like one of the biggest issues with our people is like the expectations, like to think like, if it ain't Marvel, it ain't good enough. If it's not that big, it ain't good enough. But one of the biggest problems we have is that we got to realize, man, you ain't white. You know, you're not white. And that's the reason I keep pointing this out to everybody. Like, oh, why you got to bring it up? So what if it's a white movie? Well, it does matter if it's a white movie. It's the biggest thing that you've got this excited for, and you don't even own it. You didn't bring it to your people. They had to bring it to you. Okay? The white man, you have to thank the white man for giving you the opportunity. I mean, I see the unity I'm seeing on this is crazy. People selling out theaters in less than 24 damn hours because you're so excited to see this movie. You need to have that same kind of control over your own people. Let's see what people saying. Minhati, you killing it? Let's see here. He said, I sound like me. Dre said, I'm glad someone hit this, fools. I hope this movie that's going straight to white directors, producers, account, the marketing scheme. Yeah, exactly. They're putting that together. And that's my thing is like, look, the money is going to them. But more so, I'm just like, look, man, you should see that and feel like, damn, like, well, why can't we do that? See, like, why can't we do that? And why aren't our people, and this is where I'm coming in, why I keep bringing it up. Why aren't our people worried about why we don't do that? Why aren't our people worried about how can we build our own images? These are the same people that'll sit here and tell you, well, white people don't have our best interests at heart. White people don't want to do da-da-da-da-da. So if that was the case, all the energy that you're putting toward this, you should be putting it toward your own people getting their own images and us building our own stuff. Let me see. What did I want to say? Oh, yeah. I wanted to speak on this, too, really quick. Black people talking about, dang, why we can't have no fun? Black people are not at no damn shortage of fun. So get the fuck out of here with that. Black people have seen every TV show. I could literally go up to you. I could talk to you about Power, all the Love and Hip Hops, Walking Dead, all of these different shows, hours of footage, hours and hours and hours of footage. Black people seen it all. All the movies, whatever it is, if it's marketed toward us, we've seen it all. People go to every party. I could talk to you about the sports. I could talk any sport, every sport at simultaneously. So you're watching Power, you're watching the NBA, the NFL, all of this all at one time, and then Love and Hip Hop, and then following World Star and doing all of that, all simultaneously at the same goddamn time. And Game of Thrones all at the same time. This is hours and hours and fucking hours of footage that you're watching. And you're going to come to me and say, dang, why we can't have no fun? You having too much goddamn fun. All we doing is having fun. Like, when are we going to do something serious? When are we going to build something? Fucking ever. Like, when can we get serious? Okay, I'm going to let you have your fun. You're going to watch Black Panther. I'm going to watch Black Panther too. But what I'm saying is, when you finish that, when can I ask you about something? Or when I come and tap on your shoulder again, you're going to say, oh, dang, why I can't have no fun? What the fuck are you building to be having all of this fun? What are you celebrating for? Seriously, what are you celebrating for? The only person, like, look, it was a time like 50 or so years ago before the Telecom Act where we had our own damn radio station. We had our own media. You didn't have to go through white people. You could have your own radio station and output your own thing where you could reach your own people yourself. Now they own all the damn media. We have like almost no way to get the type of response that they got. Okay, the marketing it took, the platform it took, the budget it took, because somebody had mentioned, yes, if you have a action movies do better than other movies. Okay, action movies do better, but then they take higher budget, they take a lot more different stuff that you have to do, but they hold the key to be able to do that. And if you value that, if it takes hundreds of millions of dollars just to get you this excited for a movie, what does that say with your power to have your own self-determination? What does that say to you being able to control your own destiny? What does that say? Okay, it doesn't say much, because that means now, basically, the white man has the key to everything that you want to do. And I have a problem with that. You know what I mean? It is what the fuck it is. Like, don't go on there trying to lie and try to say the producers, the dude try to say the shot callers at Marvel are, he gonna try to, all the shot callers are black. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. And wake up and get out of my face with that. Who else we got on here, man? Man, Minahati, man, you writing essays, bro. Give me like a short, concise thing, man, so I can respond to what you're saying. But I mean, really, for the most part, I think that's all I really wanted to say, man. I'm not saying it's fine. We can make movies. We can do whatever we want to do. But again, like I said, I was thinking about this too. I went to TJ the other day to get some work done on my teeth because I can't afford to get my dental work done in America. And I just kind of, when I was down there, I was walking around and I noticed, like, I'm looking around. I'm looking at all the cars. I'm looking at, like, basically the standard of living is lower. It's a so-called third world country, and just everybody, like, they have lower cars. They have all these different things. And I looked around and I noticed how I'm not saying it was all completely at peace, but I'm saying I noticed they're at peace to an extent with the level that they are at. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't get this sense. It's like everyone's driving these older cars, you know, in these dustier type of cars or whatever, and it's just a complete lower standard of living, and this is not something that everyone's sitting thinking about, right? Now, I juxtapose that in their situation down there with what black people have here, and I'm like, okay, let's think about it. If you look at charts and data, and I wish I had a chart available so I could pull it up, you look at where they are, or excuse me, where we are in when we put us next to white people as far as wealth. We're way down. Okay, way down. And but if you put that next to our goals and the things we want and the standard of living that we want to live by and our expectations, they're right there with white people's. Like we feel like we gotta have, if they have these certain flashy, nice cars, we feel like we gotta have the same type of cars. They have $100 million movies, we feel like we gotta have $100 million movies. And at the end of the day, you know, having that type of expectation where you don't have the access to the capital to where it makes sense for you to live that way, that's something that we have to reconsider. And that's really the main thing that I wanted to say with this movie, man. We got to reconsider, manage our expectations, not think like, okay, it's $100 million movie and we have to have $100 million movie or else it's not good enough. We need to figure out how to make, you know, $100,000 movie. You know, a $500,000 movie. I know Tariq Nasheed raises money for those documentaries, but we need to be able to make movies, things that impact our children, and make it to where it's this big of a deal. Yes, we can do it. Don't expect it to be $100,000. Don't expect none of that. All right, I think that's it. If anybody, unless somebody got some questions, I'm kind of just all over the place now. Yeah, that's all, man. I'm out, man. Peace.